Hello guys, welcome back to LR Anime. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Flame Emperor episode number 352 based on novel. So let's start. What's going on? In the collapsed desert hinterland, pieces of debris kept falling off, as if it would explode completely at any time. At this time, the three strong men stood in the clouds, and even the power on them was reincarnation. But when this black-clothed figure just appeared, Xiaoyang couldn't help trembling in his heart. Obviously, this guy's breath seemed to make him feel familiar. After a while, Xiaoyang couldn't hold back the impulse in his heart, his body trembled, and he went straight to the sky. He wanted to confirm his conjecture. Little junior brother, what are you doing? Hao Enaya was shocked when he saw this. He was just about to stop Xiaoyang, but he was stopped by Yu and Heishan Longlang. Let him go, that guy, he should have something to do with him. Heishan Longlang shook his head helplessly. After all, when he passed through the red reincarnation zone in the center of the temple, he noticed this guy's breath, but this guy didn't. He took action against Xiaoyang, and even took the initiative to clarify the threat of the two Thunder Mountains, so the Black Devil Dragon Wolf concluded that he must have something to do with the guy in front of him. Your Excellency, this is a matter between my Soul Eater domain and Li Soul domain. After a short stalemate above the sky, the Soul Eater Lord slightly restrained the aura of the two evil soldiers, with a steady tone. I know this is about your second domain. I didn't want to interfere, but this guy and I have a difficult relationship. I don't want him to die. Black-clothed Xiaoyang said apologetically. Impossible, this guy is doing a lot of evil. If he doesn't completely kill him today, I'm afraid he will become a murderous demon in the future. After all, he can use the life of his subordinates to pay homage to his own path of reincarnation. This alone is an unforgivable sin. The Lord of Soul Eater immediately snorted when he heard the words. With me, he can't die. Of course the evil he does will pay the price, but sin does not lead to death. On the contrary, if you want any compensation, just speak up. The premise is that he doesn't die. Xiaoyang in black also seemed to see a small figure flying towards her from the abyss in front of her. Her tone softened a little, and her heart could not help beating violently. When the two of them meet again, it is really good fortune that they will be in this way. You. The Lord of Soul Eater heard the words, and immediately became furious. If it wasn't for the fear of the mysterious reincarnation powerhouse and the subordinates behind Xinjiang, the Lord of Soul Eater might have already fought with him. Teacher. Just when Soul Eater was at a loss, Xiaoyang's figure came to Soul Eater's side. Why are you here? Come down. Seeing Xiaoyang coming here, the Soul Eater couldn't help shouting. A reincarnation-level powerhouse could not be shaken by him. Teacher, the Second World War is over, put these things away, and leave the rest to me. Xiaoyang smiled slowly. But Soul Eater's eyes were flickering. He just wanted to refute Xiaoyang, but seeing the firm look in his pupils, he helplessly said. In the end, he could only choose to believe in Xiaoyang. After all, he was already in a state of exhaustion at this time, and it was useless to forcefully support him. If something happens to him, I will stop at nothing to destroy all of Li Soul territory, he said viciously, and the Soul Eater immediately dismissed the countless ghosts around him, lowered his body, and converged towards the troops below. For a time, in the sky, there were only the three people left standing above the blood cloud like a dying person, the Lord of Li Soul, Xiaoyang in black, and Xiaoyang. Xiaoyang's eyes became deep, and he glanced at the embarrassed Soul Master behind him with resentment, and then he was watching the black-clothed figure. Qi Fei. A soft voice, but it contained endless deep meaning, swept out. Stretch. In an instant, the delicate body of Xiaoyang in black suddenly shrank and trembled. Xiaoyang, I haven't seen you for a long time. After a while, the slender jade hand directly took off the black clothes from his body, revealing his original appearance, and a light voice sounded slowly. Forge Qi Fei. At this time, she has changed a lot from the past. Clear and bright pupils, curved eyebrows, long eyelashes trembling slightly, flawless skin like a baby, silver hair falling vertically like a waterfall, even above the silver hair, a trace of grey thunder, flowing slowly, set off its temperament like a fairy left behind by an angel. Are you, all right? Looking at the fairy who was enough to make everything pale in front of him, Xiaoyang took a long time to hold back a sentence. I'm still me. Seemingly aware of Xiaoyang's concerns, Duche smiled sweetly and said. You. Xiaoyang's body suddenly shook after hearing Duche words. But he's my uncle. My mother died early when I was young, and my father brought me up. Even though he treated me badly, the relationship between bloodlines. Do you understand? And this is also my mother's last wish before she died. Duche's beautiful eyes flickered slightly, and she turned her head away, as if she didn't want Xiaoyang to notice the tears and sorrow in the corners of her eyes. Mayfair, thank you very much. When I reply, Li Sol territory will be handed over to you. When the time comes, you and I will join forces to eat Soul Eater territory. What is it? Hearing Duche's words, the master of Soul Li smiled. As long as he doesn't die today, he will have a chance to make a comeback in the future. 2 conditions. Seemingly making a lot of determination, Xiaoyang slowly stretched out and said to Duche, who turned his back. Duche felt relieved when she heard Xiaoyang's words. She was most afraid that Xiaoyang would not know how to change, and she must kill the master of Li Sol. At that time, I am afraid that she and Xiaoyang could only make a complete break. Even if Duche knew that it was impossible for him and Xiaoyang to have a result, but if they were still friends, they could maintain a good relationship. First, I need acacia and broken enteritis. Xiaoyang said calmly, apparently taking Duche into consideration, and making such a step backward. You are dreaming. The acacia broken enteritis has been completely swallowed by me. If you want this holy flame, go dream. No. Hearing Xiaoyang's incredible condition, the master of Li Sol laughed hideously, but before the laughter fell, a giant hand of energy entwined with countless grey thunder patterns easily pierced through his chest. Then the pink flames and pink holy flame crystals will be completely deprived of his body by his giant thunder pattern hand. Acacia flame has been swallowed by himself, and now it has been directly deprived by Duche. The eyes of the Lord of Li Sol are filled with bloodshot, and the pain is unbearable. Even because of the loss of holy flame, the power has also fallen from the realm of reincarnation. At the point of half reincarnation, the source is damaged, and I am afraid that I will not be able to advance to reincarnation in the future. Secondly, the Lord of Li Sol, he must not be in charge of Li Sol domain forever. Xiaoyang's pupils slowly shook his head. This was already the biggest concession he made. I promise you. Come here, send the Lord of Li Sol to the Forest of Shadows, and never take a step. And as Duche's voice fell, the void was squirming, and an extremely tyrannical breath emerged. These guys are extremely familiar to the Lord of Li Sol, because they are all high-level people in Li Sol domain, the masters of the 4 major temples, and the powerhouses in charge of many martial art. Looking at their humble attitude, they actually betrayed themselves and all surrendered to Duche. It's no wonder that when the Wumong Blood Soul formation was launched, the other 3 temples were not affected by the powerhouses. It turned out, their demons have betrayed. Moreover, the so-called Forest of Shadows is a barren land, and it is the area where the prisoners are imprisoned in the Li Sol territory. Once they enter, they will never leave. Lord. The Lord of Li Sol belongs. He has surrendered, and those who disobeyed have been beheaded. He is just around the corner to rule Li Sol territory, but now Li Sol territory's vitality is severely damaged, and the powerhouses of Soul Eater territory are constantly attacking, you see? For a time, the master of the North Temple was the first to speak. Now that Li Huanyu has everything in my hands, I will completely control it. In the future, Li Sol territory will not do anything beyond the bounds of soul-devouring territory. Let your people discuss the rest of the compensation. I will draw out the guardian power of the Earth Spirit Academy and give you a year to cultivate. Let you safely return to Soul Eater domain. I'm tired. Let's go. Duche finished speaking, ignoring Xiaoyang and the top executives of the Soul Eater domain, shaking in the void and disappearing here. Bai Zi, instructed to go on, gather the army, withdraw to the Earth Spiritual Academy, rest for several months, and set off to return to the soul-devouring domain. The rest of the compensation matters, I go to discuss with her. Gone. The war between the 2 domains, let's end it like this. The Lord of Soul Eater shook his head slightly. Chifei, thank you. Xiaoyang held Acacia Broken Enteric Inflammation and Saint Yangjing in his hands, and bowed slowly to the void where Du and Chifei disappeared, and then completely dissipated here. As the crowd dissipated, the desert hinterland was finally unable to support it, and the sound of Peng exploded completely, and this 2-domain war was completely over, except for some minor things. This trip to the Ghost World was also completely successful. Several months have passed since the Second World War. One day, one of the 5 major courtyards in Li Sol domain, one of the courtyards of Earth Spirit Academy. It's natural to be leisurely. In the courtyard, Xiaoyang stood quietly on a pavilion, drinking tea alone. Since the end of the Second Domain War, this place has become a cultivation place for many strong people in the Soul Eater domain, and Xiaoyang's power, with the help of this battle, has naturally broken through the late 5-star fighting immortals. With Acacia and broken enteritis, stepping into the 6-star fighting immortal is just around the corner. However, Acacia broken enteritis was to revive Mu Yingying, so Xiaoyang did not swallow it, but preserved it intact. Little guy. After a while, a man came slowly. Senior Long Lang. Seeing this, Xiaoyang slowly got up and smiled at him. I have to go and find out about the Demon of Light. Haishan Longlang said earnestly. Originally this time, I came out to bring you back to the demon world to break the Master's seal, but the matter of Lord Demon of Light is imminent. This is a demon pill. When you handle the matter in your hands and crush it, I will personally smash the void and go to pick you up. Haishan Longlang knew that Xiaoyang also had a lot of things to do at this time, so he didn't force Xiaoyang, just because he had a lot of time on hand, so he simply put the cracking of the seal aside. Starter. Xiaoyang gently took the dark green demon pill and carefully put it away. There will be an appointment later. Seeing Xiaoyang's appearance like this, the black dragon wolf suddenly turned into a meteor and disappeared completely here. From that appearance, it seemed that he went to inspect the Demon of Light. Crack. With a sound, as the Haisha dragon wolf left, a void above Xiaoyang's pavilion suddenly shattered, and a handsome man also emerged. We should go, you. The Soul Eater looked at Xiaoyang in front of him, and said lovingly. This time, if it wasn't for Xiaoyang, I'm afraid Soul Eater's fate would be in jeopardy. Teacher. I won't go back with you this time, I want to go back to Dodi continent. Xiaoyang said solemnly. Now that the trip to the ghost world is over, Xiaoyang's strength has also made great progress, so it is time to start doing things about Dodi continent and Zuna. A good man is determined to be in all directions, but remember, if you need it, all the power of Soul Eater will be at your disposal. And at any time, we welcome you home. Soul Eater's warm voice shook Xiaoyang's heart. Thank you, teacher. Xiaoyang couldn't help but muttered with a sore nose. This is the Chiju-inducing soul cup. I can't use it anymore. I hope it can help you. No need to give it away, let's go. The Lord of Soul Eater left the mysterious treasure behind, and immediately disappeared here with a big wave of his hand. Crash. At this moment, an incomparably huge ship suddenly surged, which was obviously a harbinger of the many powerhouses in the soul-devouring domain returning to the soul-devouring domain. Now, as the Lord of Soul Eater steps into reincarnation and returns to Soul Eater domain will truly replace Li Soul domain and become the strongest area in the Ghost Realm, but it will also be destroyed by Ghost Realm. The Supreme One in the center noticed that it was not known whether it was a blessing or a curse. Teacher, when I see this little junior brother again, I am afraid that he will grow up to be staggering. Standing on the deck of the ship, Xiaoyang said slightly. I think so too. The Soul Eater said with a smile. After you go back, you should go and end the matter. Dozian has been repressed in your heart, and you feel sorry for your teacher. The Master of Soul Eater said. Thank you, teacher. Xiaoyang heard the words, smiled lightly, and said with peace of mind. As soon as the voice fell, everyone disappeared here. With the departure of the Black Devil Dragon Wolf and the Soul Eater, the Earth Spirit Academy also became empty, with only Xiaoyang left and the huge force named 10,000 Fire Sect that Xiaoyang worked so hard to form. At the core of Li Soul Domain, in the temple. Princess, now Li Soul Domain has been completely mastered by us. The Lord of Li Soul has been infiltrated into the Forest of Shadows and Souls. With your reincarnation restriction, he will never be able to step out of the Forest of Shadows and Souls. The old man said respectfully. How are the people in Soul Eater Domain? Duche asked, sitting quietly. They have all left in the past few days, only Xiaoyang is left. Uncle said. Come here, tell Xiaoyang to let him leave with the 10,000 Fire Sect behind him. This war is completely over. We have to take a good rest and prepare to face the foreign evil race. After a while, Duche waved his hand. Road. Princess, Myriad Fire Sect is also a powerful force. If this is the case, wouldn't it be cheap for Xiaoyang? Hearing Duche's words, Bo Lao and other senior officials couldn't help but said in pain. Do you really think that I am afraid of Xiaoyang just by being a Soul Eater? Behind him, there are many supreme powers supporting him. There is no need to discuss this matter again. As soon as the voice fell, calm was returning to here. Forget it, let's revive Yingying first. In the evening, Xiaoyang just got up from the pavilion and thought in his mind. This is a good way, and I have the spatial coordinates of the place where she was born. Listening to Xiaoyang's words, Xiao Sensheng, who was hidden in his body, said. Senior's words are true. Xiaoyang heard the words, his pupils scattered with excitement. Now that acacia and broken enteritis is in hand, recovery is just around the corner, but the most difficult thing is the spatial coordinates of the place where she was born. How can I know that Xiao Sensheng actually knows? God really helped me. Originally they were also part of our Xiao clan. It's a pity. You'd better finish your affairs here first, and I can take you directly to where you are in a while. But where is the end? I'm afraid I can only leave, because the other 9 people in the 10 Temple Yang Luo are still sleeping, and rashly staying on you will only bring you death. Xiao Sensheng said with concern. Okay. Xiaoyang agreed, and immediately went to the 10,000 Fire Sect. Sir Xiaoyang is really a hero. He just came to Wenhua Sect, but found that the place has been completely renewed. Huayun and his team of high-level executives surrounded the hall and laughed. Everyone, I'm here this time to take the 10,000 Fire Sect out of here and go to Dodi continent. Xiaoyang didn't beat around the bush and spoke directly. Sir, I'm just waiting for your words. All the members of the Wenhua Sect are willing to be adults, go through fire and water, and do whatever you want, a senior executive said with high emotions. Sir, we are ready to go at any time, and we have the space-time channel provided by the Dean of the Spiritual Academy to go to Dudi continent. The time required is quite short. Sect Master Huori said with a smile. No hurry, wait for me for a few days, I still have something to do. Xiaoyang was relieved when he heard the words. Since the ghost world has completely ended, there is no need to stay here. Tomorrow, we will go to the birthplace of Mu Yingying, and the road to resurrection is right in front of you. The next day, the sun was rising. Xiaoyang had already arranged all the matters, and only after he was resurrected, he would return to the Earth Spirit Academy, and bring the Wenhua Sect forces to the Dodi continent. I don't know if Mu Yingying will be able to survive after her resurrection, and Kailin Zunna's current state. The top of Linghe River in Lingyuan. Senior, what should we do? Xiaoyang stood on the cloud and said slowly. She is a holy flame herself, but I don't know why she converted to human beings, and their original place of existence is guarded by a vassal race under our Xiao clan called the Tianling clan. Xiao Sensheng said lightly, obviously pretty familiar with these things. How can Senior know so much? Xiaoyang wondered. Because these 2 holy flames were deliberately stored by the great master of the Xiao clan, and they were specially sent to guard the vassal race, so that they could wait for our clansmen to collect them in the future. Unfortunately, in the end, the Xiao clan was installed by some wildly ambitious guys in Dakian world. The name of a traitor, so they joined forces to kill them, so they also suffered. Xiao Sensheng waved his hands and said, even when his voice mentioned some wolf-minded guys in the Great Thousand World, the surging killing intent permeated. However, the Xiao clan is still the top force in the Great Thousand World. How could it be possible? Xiaoyang asked in confusion for a while. The Xiao family is indeed like a giant in the world. Countless humans can only look up. It is this huge power that makes many people jealous. The creatures in the Great Thousand World have advantages and disadvantages. Once a force is strong enough to be admired, it will breed many problems. Therefore, only one leader is needed, and the Xiao family will be shaken. Xiao Sensheng opened his mouth. Senior, don't worry, since these matters belong to our clan, the kid must do his best. Xiaoyang smiled at Xiao Sensheng. It's enough that you have this heart. When this girl is resurrected, I will take the remaining 9 yamas to some special areas. Where do we have our own body, and only here can they be completely awakened. Yang Luo in the 10 halls is the last hope for the recovery of the Xiao clan. As for you, you should concentrate on your cultivation now. Xiao Sensheng instructed. Junior takes orders. Xiaoyang said. Well, other things, you will understand in the future, but those who offend our Xiao clan will inevitably use blood to pay homage in the future. The dignity of the Xiao clan is unquestionable. Xiao Sensheng said slowly. Let's go, I'll take you to the place of her birth, Tianling Shengyuan. As soon as he finished speaking, Xiao Sensheng appeared in front of Xiaoyang, waved his hand, and a space-time channel quietly emerged. Time and space wormhole. A powerful method of long-distance teleportation that must be condensed by 7-star fighting immortals. Go! With a soft murmur, Xiaoyang took Xiao Sensheng's power and directly submerged into it, heading towards the recorded space coordinates of Tianling Shengyuan. In the dark void, countless black liquids are as chilling as pieces of darkness squirming. Obviously, the so-called space-time wormholes are not that simple, and they are full of dangers. In the dim space-time wormhole, cracks appeared one after another, and even those cracks were full of deadly suction. Once sucked into them, they would face many dangers. The time-space wormhole is a long-distance teleportation, but it is extremely unstable, so there will be some strange crises at any time. Concentrate and go to the space coordinates I gave you. Just when Xiaoyang was shocked, Xiao Sunsheng's voice filled Xiaoyang's heart, and a bad feeling filled out, so he didn't have time to take care of other things, and said eagerly, "Boom." After a while, Xiaoyang didn't have any hesitation, his figure suddenly jumped, and went directly to the heavenly spirit sacred abyss. The breath of holy flame. It's a pity. However, the next time to rescue the kings from the demon prisons, the Second World War should begin. Human, what a humble creature, it shouldn't occupy such a large area. Just as Xiaoyang had just disappeared, the countless black liquids in the wormhole shook and turned into a clay figurine. The evil fluctuations on the clay figurine that were strong enough to resist the heavens and the earth emerged completely, and then he let out a slow voice. Crack. With a sound, Xiaoyang was also heading towards the heavenly spirit sacred abyss, so he didn't notice such a change. With the power of this clay figurine, Dozyan probably wouldn't be in a state of reincarnation and would be invincible. For a while, Ling Shengyuan was strange and extraordinary that day. In the heavenly spirit sacred abyss. The original Tianling Shengyuan is an independent space, and it is also the sleeping place for Mu Yingying and Yang Kai. Unfortunately, one time Yang Kai broke through the holy abyss, and the spatial coordinates of the Tianling Shengyuan were leaked, and it was leaked by the outside world. One of the evil tribes, the evil blood of the blood, noticed it, so the evil king of the blood led his army to attack Tianling Shengyuan and tried to obtain 2 holy flames. And even the celestial spirit clan, who guarded this place for generations, were wiped out. But the whereabouts of the 2 holy flames in this place were unknown in the end. Inside the heavenly spirit sacred abyss. King. Now the meeting of the kings is imminent. Do we need to give up here, lead the army back to the evil realm, and wait for the meeting of the kings? At this time, on a rather dark building, a man wrapped in black aura appeared. The figure attacked and said to a handsome man in front of him, "Moon Guard, the evil king of the Nether Moon, the meeting of the kings. It seems that they can't bear it anymore. After all, the power of Saint Flame and the top power of the Great Thousand World are constantly increasing. If it is delayed, it will be extremely unfavorable for us. The meeting of the kings should be the meeting to decide the second battle of heaven and earth and rescue the black, white and red 3-level kings." The handsome man said slightly, "It's a pity that the 2 holy flames here are lost. Otherwise, with the pure heart, they can be suppressed for 100 years and 1,000 years, so for our foreign evil clan, the chance to win the next war is much stronger." The evil king of the moon said slowly, "Road. Go on and rectify the army, evacuate here in a few days and return to the evil realm." After a while, the evil king of the dark moon spoke coldly. "They have stayed here for hundreds of years, from the original few fighting immortals to dozens of immortals today, which can be said to be the effect of this Tianling Shengyuan, and the reason why they have stayed here for a long time is mainly because in order to prevent the return of the 2 holy flames, after all, this is the place where they were born. Once they play it back, they will be caught by themselves, but unfortunately they have miscalculated. I don't know why, but I've been feeling restless recently. It's probably the sequelae left by killing too many people from the celestial clan." The evil king Mingyu said slowly, and then took a nap on the elegant attic. "I don't know, a demon capable of tearing apart the entire Dark Moon evil clan is slowly coming here. Rebirth, or destruction, is waiting for them. Tianling Shengyuan, at this time there is no splendor of the past, and the next day here is a warm place where humans and monsters coexist. It is because of the existence of the foreign evil clan, and with the addition of aura, all the monsters here have turned into the accomplices of the foreign evil clan, and they have been transformed into the faithful partners of the Dark Moon evil clan, the evil beasts. Evil beasts are the same as ordinary soul beasts, but they have lost their peaceful and gentle dispositions, and become murderous, irritable, and lifelike killing machines." Crack. With a sound, Xiaoyang's figure slowly fell out of the space-time wormhole, and immediately stepped into the territory of Tianling Shengyuan. It's such an evil aura. Just when he came here, it was shrouded in darkness, and he suddenly smelled a foul smell. A faint amber flame of holy flame spread out from Xiaoyang's body involuntarily, blocking these evil auras easily. Destruction. Hey, what kind of flame is this? Before he could check the evil aura here, Xiaoyang suddenly discovered that within his body, the Fire Heart Qianyang Holy Flame Crystal, Ghost Face Soul Flame Holy Flame Crystal, including the Immortal Fire Holy Flame Crystal, disappeared without a trace for a while. At this time, in his body, there were only the sacred flame heart, which was transformed by Mu Yingying's source fire, and the acacia heartbroken sacred flame crystal, which was sealed and suppressed by Xiaoyang with special means. What's going on? For a while, a panic surged in Xiaoyang's heart. All 3 saint flame crystals disappeared. I'm afraid it was a great blow to Xiaoyang. Hey, this is it. The next moment, when Xiaoyang was in a state of no masters, he suddenly found a rather strange fluctuation in the sea of fighting qi in his body. It was an irregular prismatic crystal, the size of which was the same size as the previous holy flame crystal, and even the whole body was amber in color, like a naturally carved jade, crystal silver and antimony transparent. Flow. This is. At this moment, Xiaoyang suddenly had the urge to cry. It worked. The new holy flame after the fusion of holy flames finally succeeded. According to Xiaoyang's memory, this thing was condensed when dealing with Fang Hao, but unfortunately he didn't pay attention at that time. This amber-colored holy flame is a fusion of the fire heart Tianyang, ghost face soul flame, undead fire 3 kinds of flame origin and holy flame crystal, plus some origin fire of Mu Yingying ethereal ice flame, 4 holy flame fusion a new flame emerges. Xiaoyang waved his hand, and immediately controlled the amber saint flame crystal freely, which was quite easy. Now this holy flame is not afraid to be inferior to the top 15 holy flames. Amber in color, fire heart rock, ghost flame. I'll call you Amber Rock Soulfire in the future. After a while, Xiaoyang said with a relieved smile. Now that his strength has reached the late stage of the 5-star fighting immortal, with the increase of the swallowing flame technique and the many means in his hands, unless some 6-star fighting immortals are perfect, they will not cause any damage to Xiaoyang. This is the harvest from the end of the ghost world. You kid, you are also a ruthless person. Seeing Xiaoyang's excited expression, Xiao Sensheng scolded with a smile, a guy like Xiaoyang who doesn't take the usual way, but he competes with some old and immortal people in the family. Hey, senior, let's go. Satisfied, he controlled the amber rock soul fire to attach to his body, and then walked towards this gloomy forest step by step. Today's Tianling Shengyuan, in the Tianling Mountains, countless flowers, plants and trees are screaming. They are completely dark, and they are completely bound and imprisoned by evil forces. They try to break free from this bondage, and they scream. There are such evil fluctuations here, it seems that there should be the existence of foreign evil races. After walking for a while, Xiaoyang opened his mouth slightly, looking at the evil beasts surrounding the mountains and trees. According to my perception, the evil clan here should be the Mingyu evil clan at the bottom of the 36 extraterritorial evil clans. Their rulers are only 1 or 2-star fighting immortals. Xiao Sensheng said. Leave it to me. Xiaoyang nodded and gently touched his heart with his palm. It seemed that since entering this place, Mu Yingying's aura had become extremely uneasy, as if she remembered something bad. Don't worry, I'm here. Seemingly sensing Mu Yingying's tremor, Xiaoyang touched his heart and smiled. As soon as he finished speaking, Xiaoyang was wrapped in amber flames, like a saint who specializes in punishing the evil in the world, heading towards the center of the mountain range. Starter. Where is the gathering place of the foreign evil races, and it is also the beginning of a massacre. I've stepped up my vigilance in the past few days. We'll be leaving here soon, so cheer me up. For a while, there were a series of extremely evil voices around the endless mountains and even in the void. Hey, Lord Mingyue, why did the king want to go back this time? The Tianling Mountains are so suitable for us. If we go back like this, I am afraid. When some patrolling black air masses heard the words, they immediately turned into blurred figures, and respectfully said to the source of the sound, they were originally weak, if not the mystery of the Tianling Mountains, where did they reach the present level? These are not what you should know, do your part. The black-robed man above the sky finished speaking just as he was about to go back to the building, his eyes became strange involuntarily. Stand up. This is, a human. Mingyu Guard's pupils shrank tightly, and then his eyes fixed on the man standing at the top of the night. On the emaciated man, an amber flame was slowly beating, and every beating of these flames stirred up the evil spirit in his body, rolling violently, as if he had encountered the end of the world. A creepy feeling filled the mind of the Moon Guardian. Let's summon your king. Xiaoyang was at a height below zero, and he casually glanced at it. These patrolling guards were basically at the level of Dodi, and even the Mingyu guards were only 1-star Dozian, so he was too lazy to do anything. This time, the big thing is bad. Mingyue was shocked, and just wanted to do something, but the evil power in his body was uncontrollably solidified. Bang bang bang! Mingyu Guard waved his hand, and immediately dozens of patrollers turned into a fog, blasting towards Xiaoyang. Looking at this appearance, it seemed that the Mingyu Guard was trying to escape by this method. It's too weak. With a wave of his hand, Xiaoyang's sleeves immediately carried an unstoppable strong wind, which directly smashed all the blood mist, and suddenly completely imprisoned the body of Mingyue. Don't waste my patience. Forget it. I'll go by myself. The next moment, Xiaoyang waved his hand, the amber flames on his body gently drifted away, and just when he touched the entire body of Mingyue, the starfighter-level Mingyue, it suddenly turned into a speck of dust and completely disappeared here. At this moment, the end is slowly beginning. The Tianling Mountains, as a whole, are like a towering building rising one after another. The center of the mountain is a rather majestic building. This is where the Dark Moon Evil King and the core members live. As for other places, there are some guys in charge of patrolling. It's just some goofs. Wang, what's wrong? At this moment, in the building, the dark night filled the starry sky, and two figures slowly appeared here. One was dressed in expensive clothes and looked handsome, and the other was dressed in plain clothes, like a guard. The head of the Mingyu Guard, the 2-star Doshin Perfect Minjing, the 3-star Doshin level Mingyu Evil King. I don't know. There is always an uneasy thought today. The Evil King Mingyu shook his head, but his eyes revealed a deep meaning. Looking at the silent starry sky, it seemed that some danger was slowly approaching. Boom. The next moment, before Mingying could speak, the dim starry sky trembled, and a wave of tyrannical fluctuations, like the might of the sky, descended here, and then the entire void trembled uncomfortably. First launch, domain name, please remember _3. Mingying's brows were furrowed, her eyes were extremely fierce as she looked at the trembling void. At the top of the starry sky, there seemed to be a vague figure, like the master of the sky. This guy is very strong, and looking at this appearance, it seems to be coming at me. There are some familiar fluctuations in his body. On the expensive clothes of the Evil King of the Moon, there was a strange black light, and immediately ignoring Minjing's voice, her body shook slowly, and for a while, she rose up against the sky. Who are you? Why did you trespass into our territory without authorization? The Evil King of the Moon had just ascended some distance, and suddenly looked at the figure from the void and said softly, "This guy's aura, and even his strength, are far from being comparable to him, which makes the Evil Moon King cautiously. After all, there are only their Evil Moon clan here. If they encounter a strong person, I am afraid they can only support themselves. Heavenly Spirit Clan, you destroyed it." At this time, Xiaoyang's eyes squinted slightly, looking at the handsome man surrounded by evil black light in front of him, and said lightly, "You. Who are you?" The Evil King Mingyu heard the words, his body shook suddenly, his pupils shrank tightly, and he lost his voice. Even the subordinates of the Mingyu evil clan behind him knew about the destruction of the Heavenly Spirit Clan, so why would this mysterious guy in front of him know about it? Various questions plagued him, but the familiar fluctuations on Xiaoyang's body became stronger and stronger. Starter. Ying. Hearing this, Xiaoyang smiled casually, and immediately his mind moved. The original skill of Ghost Face and Soul Flame was displayed. Since he just entered the Tianling Mountains, Mu Yingying's original power has begun to shake, and a steady stream of the information poured into Xiaoyang's mind, making Xiaoyang understand why Mu Yingying was like this. And the original skill of Ghost Face and Soul Flame is camouflage, so for a while, Xiaoyang's body suddenly became illusory and slowly turned into a beautiful figure. Mu Yingying. How is it possible, ethereal ice flames? I knew I shouldn't have let you go in the first place. At this moment, looking at Xiaoyang's illusory figure in front of him, his azure blue hair fell like a waterfall, and the killing intent contained in his expression was hard to conceal. Die. After a while, Mu Yingying raised her palm, and the amber flame of the amber rock soul fire floated around her delicate body, and immediately shot away at the stunned Evil Moon King. Holy flame! Not good. The Evil King of the Dark Moon finally understood everything when he saw this scene. He didn't hesitate immediately. The evil black light on his expensive clothes shook violently, and thick black smoke swept out. Because at this time, the amber-colored holy flame power is far from ethereal ice flames, and that level of power is much more tyrannical than the strong ones. Death. Seeing the evil king of the underworld with such a desperate blow, Mu Yingying could clearly perceive that the attack she was using at this time possessed a lot of destructive power, and the amber flame immediately turned into a sharp blade. Mu Yingying was holding on to the means, and in the blink of an eye, the amber flaming blade came out of her hand. Boom. At this moment, the starry sky trembled, and the countless evil beasts in the Tianling Mountains burst into panic, and even the Tianhu Lake located deep in the Tianling Mountains emitted a roar. They seemed to be welcoming their owners back. No. Looking at the amber-sharp blade that was getting closer and closer, the evil king of the underworld moon roared with a look in his pupils. Because he really smelled a wave of death from the amber blade. Squeak. With a sound, the amber-sharp blade was like a meteor, lightly penetrating the body of the evil king of the dark moon, and immediately the body of the evil king of the dark moon was completely ignited, and the amber flames ignited it directly. That is, it turned into a speck of dust and disappeared completely. At this moment, the king of the Mingyu evil clan, who was as strong as the last of the 36 foreign evil clans, was also completely beheaded by Xiaoyang. The guy here is also completely destroyed. After easily obliterating the evil king of the moon, Mu Yingying raised his palm, and his delicate body slowly rose, and then the amber flame was like a dazzling light, completely destroying the hole the night lit up. As the dazzling flames fell, countless subordinates of the underworld evil clan resounded with gloomy and painful screams. For a while, the underworld evil clan belonged to the entire army and was wiped out. After all, the Mingyu evil clan is only the last race among the 36 extraterritorial evil clans. Although there are many means, the strength of the underworld evil king is only a 3-star fighting immortal. In Xiaoyang's hands, naturally there is no way to fight back Li Yingying. Let's go, it's time for resurrection. After all these evil races were solved, the evil energy in the evil beast's body turned into black smoke, slowly rising, and finally disappeared completely by the amber fire, and for a while, a rare calm was restored here. The soul beasts that returned to normal, quietly crawled. They quietly looked at the shadows above the starry sky, and prayed devoutly. Acacia broken enteritis, does it have that mysterious effect? Walking slowly, Xiaoyang was also worried. Although acacia broken enteritis was swallowed up by the Lord of Li Soul, the way of swallowing it was too special, so he did not lose any original power, but Xiaoyang was concerned about whether he succeeded or not. Although I don't know much about it, the most important thing in resurrecting this girl is lovesickness. As for the rest, I don't know much. I'm here, let's take a step by step. At that time, Xiaoyang's figure was returning to normal, and Xiao Sensheng also explained. With the many holy flames in my body and the power of my soul, there should be no problem with the addition of the Chiju Yin Soul Cup. At this moment, the pink flame was slowly held in Xiaoyang's hand, his eyes were extremely solemn, and he immediately faced the Tianling Mountains. In the depths, the birthplace of the 2 holy flames, Tianhu walked. At this moment, countless creatures in the entire Tianling Mountains seemed to have vaguely aware of Xiaoyang's intentions, and they all prayed quietly for him. Yang wiped out the Mingyu evil clan, and bursts of joy emerged. This video will end here.